In this video, everything you need to know about Los Cristianos in Tenerife. If you haven't booked yet, this is also a great opportunity to see if Los Cristianos in Tenerife is actually the right holiday destination for you or not. Also in this video, some easy tips that will make your holiday even better, some small things to watch out for, and as well some things that can save you loads of money. The main beach in Los Cristianos is the Playa Los Cristianos, a very large sandy beach that has everything you can want for a beach holiday with the family. Here you will find sunbeds, and most of the beach is sheltered by the harbor wall, so waves are pretty shallow for families with kids. If this beach would for any reason get a little bit too busy for you, or you would want to do a bit of snorkeling, have a walk to the Playa Los Callados, a little beach just outside of the main Los Cristianos area that few people know about and therefore gets much less crowded. Los Cristianos has loads of hotels. I've been to many of them. I'm not gonna cover this in this video. I'm making a different video about this. If you want to find that video, it should show up in suggestions. If it is not, then simply type something like Los Cristianos best hotels here on YouTube and you should see it near the first place. If you've already decided which one is the right hotel for you, but you still quickly want a second opinion before booking it, know you can always write me on this email address and I will be happy to share my opinion so we can decide together if this is really the right hotel for you or not. Los Cristianos is mostly about having a few chill drinks in a relaxed setting, so if you're looking for this place is ideal for you. But if you're looking for a more busy nightlife with clubs and late night bars, you can just have a walk or take a taxi into the neighboring resort of Playa de las Americas that has many more clubs and bars that are open into the early morning, especially near the Veronicas area. So one of these things you should definitely do when you go to Los Cristianos is to go to the CM water park. It's really close by and there's also a free bus service that can come and pick you up. Do know that you have to reserve before online for this bus service. You can find all the information on cmpark.net, which is the official website of CM water park. This is great park. It's claimed to be one of the best water parks in the world. I don't really know this, but I've been to a lot of water parks in Spain and it's definitely the best one I've been to so far. There's also another water park in this area. I would definitely advise the CM water park over the other one because this one is much nicer. It's a little bit few euros more, but it's definitely worth booking the CM water park. So it used to be that when you went to Tenerife, people would always say to you, you have to go up Tide, it's amazing, you have to go there, it's so nice. It still is, but it's really overcrowded some days and there's loads of buses. I would not advise it anymore. I would advise if you're gonna do Tide, either do it in the evening to see the sunset or do it in the nighttime to see the stars and the view. It's really amazing. So I would definitely advise this much more instead than the daytime. So if you're going to do this, you can do it with your own car. There's also organized excursions with food and drink for the nighttime, so there's loads of options. Definitely would advise this over the daytime. When you're staying in Los Cristianos, you're staying close by to a lot of things, but a lot of the culture and the really nice nature and the really nice beaches and also the Loro Park is all the way on the other side of the island. So if you want to save money on buses or transport, I would definitely advise you to rent a car at the airport. It's 10 or 15 euros. It's one of the cheapest places in Spain to rent a car in Tenerife. I would definitely advise it, and you can even have it cheaper, but the 10 or 15 euros is the way I rent a car with the fully comprehensive insurance, so €0 excess insurance. I would definitely advise it also to do like shopping easy in Los Cristianos if you're doing self-catering. I would definitely advise getting a car. If you want to get a car, do it with a good company. You can find all those companies on my website at checkedholidays.com/cars. Los Cristianos has one of the largest selections of restaurants and places to eat in Tenerife, as well as many fast food places for those who cannot go without. Know that you can also easily walk from here to the Playa de las Americas area that has an even wider variety and choice of restaurants. Do know that overall the Playa de las Americas area gets a little bit more expensive when it comes to restaurants. So when going on holiday to Los Cristianos, there's also 3 quick things I do want to give you a word of warning about. When you're on the street and you have any kind of flyers lying there, don't go on these type of excursions. Also, when someone approach you with a lottery ticket or something and you suddenly win, don't partake in this. It's always associated with a timeshare or some kind of sales presentation. Just stay away from all of this. You don't have to be dealing with it. If you want to go on an excursion, either book it through your hotel reception or through your tour operator, so you know it's all good and safe. Next up is when you're on the beach, you can be quite often approached by people offering free food to you, but as soon as you accept it, you have either taken too much or suddenly you owe them money. Don't be dealing with these kind of things. Just don't accept any free stuff you're handed on the beach. You don't have to be dealing with any of this. So the Canary Islands and Tenerife had this reputation for many years of having cheap electronics. And this is kind of true because there is a cheaper sales tax, which makes it look like it's cheaper, but it really ain't that much cheaper. One reason that a lot of the electronics are so cheap is because there's a lot of companies who do tricky things like selling you fake brands or play tricks on your credit card or upsell you things you don't need. So in general, I would just say, as long as you are in Tenerife, don't buy any electronics. Much better to do it at home, where if you come from the European Union, you have a full 2-year guarantee that will protect you, which you may or may not get if you buy an electronic in Tenerife. So before I continue, I quickly want to point out Tenerife is a very nice place. Don't be held back because I'm talking about the more negative side of it now. I always do this on my channel. I talk about the good and the bad with the end goal of you having a better holiday. So if you like that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I have about 500 videos covering Spain in general and about 50 of them, I think 60, 70 maybe even, about Tenerife. So if you want all that information so you can have a great holiday, then do know you can subscribe to the channel and you will always be informed about my videos. So what is the best way to get to Los Cristianos? Well, do know, if you haven't booked any flight tickets yet, that there are 2 different airports on Mallorca. There's the one in the north and the south. Since Los Cristianos is closest to the one in the south, most people will be traveling there. But if you can't get very cheap flights, what often is the case to the north airport, this often is cheaper, you might want to book there and take a little bit longer drive instead if you're traveling on a budget. However, most people will be traveling from the south. If you're traveling from the south, know that the bus will cost you €4 per person and will get you normally there in 30 minutes, and most of the time buses go every hour. If you don't want to take a bus, I would advise taking a shuttle. It's more or less the same price, just €1 more, but know that a shuttle bus will drop you off at your actual destination at the hotel and not just at some random bus stop, so it will be a lot less walking. Know that you have to book these ones in advance. Another option is to take a taxi. A taxi will be €25 in daytime and €32 in the evenings or in the weekends, and it will get you there normally in about 20 minutes. If you want to take a shuttle, do know you have to book in advance online. You cannot book them in the airport. And a taxi, I would advise booking them before online. There's a lot of advantages to it. You can find the links to the companies that I used on my website, The Bus. You can just book the ticket straight on the bus. So when should you go to the Los Cristianos area in Tenerife? Well, Tenerife basically has 2 different seasons, the winter and the summer. Winter in Los Cristianos is November, December, January, February and March. People always think that this is the best weather on Tenerife, but it ain't true. But it's plenty mild, and it's one of the only destinations in Europe that has this mild climate around this time. So this is why it's very popular. The average high temperature is around 21 degrees, and on the low side it's 15 14 degrees, but do know that there's going to be plenty of days where it's going to be hotter than that. So rain is 5 days a month, which is very little, and the sea temperature is going to be around 19 degrees, which is a little bit nippy, but it's plenty good for swimming. So the hottest summer months for Los Cristianos are basically May, June, July, August and September. All of these are pretty similar compared to each other. The temperature on the average, the high is going to be 25 degrees and on the low is going to be 19 degrees Celsius. So do know that there's going to be plenty of days where it's going to be hotter than this as well. The rain is about 1 day a month, so you're almost guaranteed not to see any rain on your holiday if you're only going for 1 or 2 weeks. And the sea temperature is 22 degrees, which is very nice to take a swim in. So 2 months that aren't quite winter and that aren't quite summer are April and October. They're somewhere in between these two, together with March and November. So April, October, March and November make up the best deal months. So if you're looking to travel on a budget, definitely have a look at these months. As long as you're traveling outside of the Easter holidays and other holidays, you can find the best deals here. If you're not 100% sure if this is the right holiday destination for you, then do know you can have a look at this video where I cover all the holiday destinations in Tenerife. And if you already know that this is the right holiday destination for you, you can click here to go to the website, and there you can find a selection of the best hotels. And you can also instantly price compare them to see which one is the best one for you.